And it's a tough one. You know what I mean? Because I'm tired of being controversial. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. And it is way too soon.
You people, Dave Chappelle just dropped some bombshell info about the LA fires. And let's just say, the FBI might not want this getting out. This ain't just some random wildfire talk. There are whispers of a full-blown cover-up, and Dave is out here pulling back the curtain. What does he know? Why is the FBI involved? And most importantly, who's trying to keep the truth buried? Let's get into it then. So first, we got to talk about those LA fires, because it is not what it seems at all. From Hollywood secrets to government cover-ups, the ongoing LA fires have sparked way more than just destruction. People are convinced there's something bigger going on. Now, if you've been scrolling through social media, you've probably seen the theory that these fires were intentionally started to erase evidence tied to Diddy's alleged underground tunnels. It sounds insane, but the internet is eating this up. That's exactly why we read comments like these online. This is the first thing I thought when I heard about the fires. Some of these celebrities would rather burn all of LA to the ground before getting found out. And another person suggested that the people behind the fires might just be high-profile celebrities. Maybe someone far more high-profile than Diddy needs to stay in the shadows. So let's rewind for a second and see if there's any sense to all of this. Late last year, multiple reports claimed that during an FBI investigation at Diddy's home, they supposedly found tunnels linking his mansion to Michael Jackson's house. And let's just say what they allegedly found down there was disturbing. Fast forward to now, and people online are convinced the LA wildfires were actually set on purpose to wipe out any remaining evidence before Diddy's big trial on May 5th, 2025. Some even believe celebrity homes were burned down to hide their involvement. Now, let's be real. Los Angeles is no stranger to wildfires, but this one, it's on another level. According to reports, at least 5 people have lost their lives. Over 130,000 residents have been forced to evacuate, and the flames are out of control. Officials say it's due to extreme dry conditions and hurricane-force winds, but social media, they're saying it's all part of a bigger cover-up. But in the middle of all this chaos, an old clip from alleged trafficking survivor Ali Carter has resurfaced, and let's just say people are shook.
A lot's about to come out, another arrest is coming again. Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too. Explosions make accidental fires too, and then oops, we don't know how that happened, and then you look into it and you see that it's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to trafficking, and then you realize, oh, it wasn't just an explosion or a fire, it wasn't an accident.
Now, if you don't know, Ali Carter claims she was trafficked by powerful elites from a young age, allegedly handed over by CPS and forced into Hollywood's darkest circles. She's even accused big names, including political figures and celebs, of being involved. But here's where it gets real eerie. Ali once claimed the Getty Museum is behind the LA fires, and guess what? She actually posted a video about these so-called accidental fires months before they happened. The timing, suspicious AF.
At 15, my pimp put me on an order to go to the Getty, Los Angeles, California Museum. I was told I was going to walk through a field trip. I was taken with another girl. I call a friend of mine, and we were put in dresses and sandals. We were taken in a sports car. We're not taken in a sports car. We pulled up to the museum in a sports car. We were told that we were trying to give a different appearance. So we were walking through, I remember walking through kids. I remember walking in and seeing school buses. I remember walking in and seeing children and chaperones through the museum. And I remember people staring at us as if we were somebody special.
Her claims have been making the rounds again, especially since she recently spoke in an interview with Stu Peters, where she doubled down on everything, saying she was trafficked through places like Buckingham Palace and the underground tunnels beneath the Getty Museum, all while still being under CPS custody. She also says she suffered from DID and PTSD because of everything she's been through. Oh, and let's not forget, she's even linked Diddy to this mess, saying she went through horrific things because of him. But she ain't the only person speaking up about the fact that something else might be happening in the background as these fires rage over LA. Yep, Dave Chappelle let us in on some info too. So Dave Chappelle might have just hinted that the LA fires aren't as accidental as they seem. At least that's what some people are taking from his latest Saturday Night Live monologue. Hosting SNL for the 4th time, Dave kicked things off by saying he originally agreed to do the show back in January. Then, with his signature smirk, he added, "The moment I said yes, LA burst into flames." Now, was he just being dramatic? Or was that a low-key hint that something bigger is going on? Because the internet is definitely reading into it.
The moment I said yes, LA burst into flames. And it's a tough one, you know what I mean? Because I'm tired of being controversial. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. And it is way too soon to do jokes about a catastrophe like that.
As you saw there at the end, Dave took a more serious tone, saying he was trying to turn over a new leaf and that maybe it was too soon to be joking about a catastrophe like that. But as he said it, he winked at the audience. Of course, in true Chappelle fashion, he mixed humor with social commentary, cracking jokes about how regular folks don't feel too bad for rich celebrities losing their mansions, and even throwing shade at West Hollywood, saying, "How can you burn what's already flaming?"
And then we watch the news or talk to my friends. They all have these conspiracy theories of what started these fires. Now, they say it's arsonists. I've heard this theory, and I'm sure there were some arsonists, but there were a lot of elements that came together to make this fire the catastrophe that it was. The winds were 100 miles an hour. LA was dry as a bone, and the levees, and it was just too many factors. If you were a rational thinking person, you have to at least consider the possibility that God hates these people.
Stuff is packed and in the garage. Reggie, you ready?
No. Hold on.
Like, it's gonna be fine. Baby, it's gonna be fine. We'll get through this. I put all our family photos in the go bag.
But then things got real interesting during one of the skits. Playing a frantic dad evacuating his home, Dave revealed some wild secrets in the chaos, like a hidden stash of $500,000, a secret French family living in the walls, and even a cell phone surgically removed from the family dog. Blood everywhere, total madness. But was he just being ridiculous, or was there some truth laced in that joke? So was Dave really just cracking jokes, or was he subtly saying what a lot of people are already thinking? Because if you read between the lines, it kind of seems like he just implied that the LA fires might not be random after all. But you see, Dave is far from being the only comedian on the LA fires topic. Joe Rogan had something to say about it too, and it just goes to show that Ali and all the others were onto something. Like Dave and others, Joe Rogan has a lot to say about the LA wildfires, and let's just say he's not exactly buying the official narrative. On his podcast, Rogan has been talking about these fires for years, and now, after the recent devastation, people are looking back like, wait, did he low-key predict this? Back in July 2024, he had comedian Sam Morrill on his show and brought up a conversation he had with a firefighter who basically gave a chilling warning.
And fire's going to start in the right place, and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean, and there's not a thing we can do about it. I go, really? He goes, yeah, we just get lucky. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA, and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it.
Fast forward to now, and that's exactly what's happening. But here's where things get even crazier. Joe says he was personally evacuated 3 times from his home because of wildfires, and the last time, 2 houses right in front of him burned to the ground. That was actually one of the reasons he left LA. And if that wasn't enough, he also took shots at how California is handling the whole situation. In a conversation conversation with Mel Gibson, Joe criticized the state's spending priorities. He even claimed that California cut off water resources that could have been used to prevent these fires from getting out of control. So, between wildfires getting worse every year, looting in evacuated areas, and what Rogan calls terrible state management, he's basically saying California is doomed and that Governor Newsom keeps putting on a fake smile like everything's fine. Whether you agree with Rogan or not, one thing's for sure, this conversation is far from over. Do you think that the FBI made a cover-up with this one or not? Let us know about it down in the comments section.